Hi everyone, welcome back again to Miss Roxanne's Art at Home. Today we're going back to our art bag. And we're going to continue a project that we started last time. So last time we worked on making clay vessels, and we turned our clay into either a pinch pot or a coil pot. So here's my coil pot, and today we'll be following through on decorating our coil pot. So join me in just a moment. So now I'm ready to start decorating my coil pot. I'm feeling in a very blue mood today. You've got your pack of markers, and I've got some of my markers here. And I think I'm going to be selecting my 3 blue markers, but you can pick any colors that you are feeling today. Let's see. So we were working with air dry clay, and the nice thing about air dry clay is that you can actually decorate it directly with marker. So I'm going to just be taking my marker here and coming up with any kind of pattern I'd like to come up with. And I'm just going to see what my little marker wants to do. Sometimes I like to be very planful and have a precise set of steps to follow when I make art. And sometimes it's quite nice just to go with the flow. I think clay is a great go-with-the-flow material. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've got my nice dark blue marker. And I'm just going little by little, creating a pattern. Maybe you can see me working here. You can see I've got a little pattern set up. Can you guess what I'm going to put right here? That's right. I'm going to do another blue box right there. And I'm going to keep that pattern going all the way down. And what will I do with my other shades of blue? I don't know yet. Oh no! Okay. Well, since clay is such a good go-with-the-flow activity, I am in fact going to continue to go with the flow, even though I've had a little art mishap here. But we like to say there are no mistakes in art, just happy accidents. Well, I'm going to keep going with decorating my little coil pot. I think my coils were a little bit too dry when I pressed them together. So now this is going to be a 2-piece. And I'm going to keep going with the bottom. And I think I might do a pattern that is a little less complicated now. So I think I'm going to make some waves on the side here. I'm not going to stop though, just because I had a little break in my clay. Clay is a wonderful thing because even when it comes apart, it can always come back together again. And I certainly don't like to quit an art project just because something went unexpectedly. A lot of times that's the best time to be creative, is when something has become unexpected. Here we go. Well, this is coming back together quite well. I happen to like this turn that things have taken. So now I'm adjusting to my new plan. I've got my little wave starting to go around the side. I haven't come all the way around this part yet though. So I'm going to continue. Just keep on keeping on. And let that little wave come up and down. Now here's my favorite part. Because we have a coil, it starts off on this lower end and wraps all the way around and comes up to this upper end. So even though I started down at this level, I end up at this level. What a nice surprise. I hope you're enjoying your time making some art at home. And I hope you're enjoying making art along with me. Anytime things are stressful or uncertain, a little creativity can be a great way to settle your mind again. There we go. Almost finished with this layer. I'm going to go very, very gentle on this because this layer is in fact feeling a bit loose to me. I like it. So now I've got a little puzzle in front of me. How will I adapt this? It's not what I planned, it's unexpected, but what can I do with it anyway? Very interesting. So I think that I like the way I've got a top layer and a bottom layer opposite each other. And I think I would like to continue that over here. So I'm going to take my third blue that I haven't used yet, and I'm going to see if I can continue this opposite pattern by starting down here and ending up here. So to do that, I'm going to take my top piece off again, and I'm going to come back, and this time instead of working left to right, I'm going to work right to left. I'm just doing the same thing I was doing before. I like this very, very simple wave shape. It can be a good thing to begin with a very easy to do shape, a very simple shape, and not overcomplicate things from the start. You can always go back in and add more detail if you want things to be more detailed. I think a nice, simple shape is a good beginning. Now I know that in order for me to end up on that higher level, at some point I will have to go upwards and cross through this blue. think now is just the time. So I'm gonna put this little piece back in place again. And if I've got this spot at the bottom, then I want this spot at the top. And I'm gonna just lightly mark out where that wave will go. Come down this way. And then back up. Alright, now I see it. There's a good spot for my wave to cross. So now I'll take my two pieces apart again, and I can see where my, I'm going to say that this is a gray blue and this is an aqua. So I'm going to see where my gray blue needs to cross over my aqua. There we go, so I'm just thickening that wave line. Remembering to be very gentle. I'm just going to even out the shape on this part of the wave so it's got a smoother shape to it. I would say one of the interesting things about making art is that the type of shapes you make, the type of forms you make, that can end up having a really nice effect on how you're feeling. So even just making these waves makes me feel like a wave, very calm, very go with the flow. I highly recommend it. If you're ever feeling a little tense or a little anxious or a little stressed, make some nice calm waves for yourself. You might be surprised by how calm you make yourself in the process. Ooh, I like it. If this were any bigger, or if my hand were quite a lot smaller, this would make a nice little bangle bracelet. So there we go. Now it fits right back in with the spot where it was broken before. And now I've got my new pattern where I have my gray-blue on opposite sides, and I have my aqua on opposite sides. And I'm just going to turn this around. And I think, since I have my dark blue checkerboard right here, I think I would like to add a dark blue checkerboard on the opposite side of the coil pot. That way I have some balance and some symmetry. So I'm going to find the exact opposite. It's right here. Make a little mark. So I'm going to begin with that long skinny rectangle in a nice dark blue. Now I'll put that top layer back on. And in order to add my pattern in here, I'll need to color over some of the spots that I already have, but that's quite all right. That is all part of the process of some go with the flow artwork. So I marked out the spots for my next two rectangles, and I can begin to color those in. This marker is starting to get just a little bit dry. This might be its very last art project. Let's see if we can make it from this single marker all the way through the rest of the project. So I'm taking my time, going quite carefully. Set that back down and put my top piece back on. I like the overall shape, but I think it could use some more filling in. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold the whole thing and see if I can fill in some of these spots that are a little bit threadbare. So on my other side, I've got rectangles down at the very bottom as well. That's what I was checking to see. And since I have them on that side, in order to be symmetrical, meaning the same on both sides, I'll have to put those same shapes on this side as well. And there is my completed coil pot. So we took this from a lump of clay, we squished it up into a nice little ball, we pressed our thumb into the center, we pressed around to turn it into a pinch pot, we squished it back up, we rolled it back out, we rolled it into a long skinny snake, we took that skinny snake and coiled it into a spiral, and then we built those coils up into the sides. And now we have a lovely coil pot. And today we've decorated it. I've done mine all in blue. And even though I had a little unexpected event, I was still able to put my coil pot back together and continue on. And I think I'll probably just get a little super glue and put it in there. Heal that back up as good as new another time. And that's it. We're finished for today. Until next time, I hope you are staying well, and I'll see you again.